With that, let's go to line number 2 and go to Scooter, listening on the mighty 990 KOM out of Arkansas. Scooter, what's going on, my friend?
Hey, do you think this eclipse is some kind of psyops by Biden and the deep state?
Wait, say that again now? I didn't hear you all the way.
Is this eclipse some kind of psyops being run by the FBI, the DOJ, Biden, and the deep state?
It could be. It could be. So Operation Bluebeam, if you've heard of that one, there is a theory out there that the government will pull some type of global phenomenon, whether it's the returning of Jesus or alien invasions or something, in order for us to fall into the New World Order. And according to Alex Jones, take him as you will, he said that there would be massive rituals and sacrifices from Masonic organizations around the world during this time. So I have not seen any of those yet, but I'm waiting for them to happen. But it didn't stay dark for the 3 days, so I think we're going to be okay.
Well, the reason I ask is Todd is really friggin' stupid and will believe anything he hears. So if we started a rumor or story that it's a deep state op, he'd kind of be dumb enough to believe it, wouldn't he?
I don't think so. He's a pretty smart guy in my book. Appreciate the call there, Scooter. So we don't need to be going all mean here now, do we? We can have some fun. Now, look, I've told you before, I'm all about listening to conspiracy theories. I'm all about listening to as many conspiracy theories as I want to. But at the same time, we use realism, we use logic, we use rationale. And if you want to talk about conspiracies and the deep state that is messing with things, then you need to at least look at conspiracies that have some type of legitimacy to them, like, I don't know, the federal government trying to take over the entire private sector. And if you don't believe that's happening, Andy, that's just conspiracy, then you can look at the consumption of a sixth of the economy with the healthcare industry. And the fact that we literally have people out there saying that this gal that was on this podcast railing on conservatives that went even further, saying that this individual is Hitler, meaning Donald Trump, and that he would put black people into camps again, and then, of course, eliminate any political opponent because of the tyranny. So if you're, let's just go there, if you're dumb enough to believe any of that garbage, then you're probably a Democrat, if you want to go Jeff Foxworthy style here. I mean, that's the rhetoric that we're hearing from the campaign trail, and people apparently buy that stuff. So I would like to ask the question and look yourself in the mirror and say, are we falling for that, saying that Donald Trump's going to be some type of tyrant and authoritarian to shred the Constitution, eliminate political opponents, and just bring in his own will, which obviously is not the case. And in fact, conservatism is the opposite of that. And yet the Joe Biden administration seems to continue to centralize power by scaring people into making the government do something at the end of the day, which is literally authoritarianism. So, yeah, if there's a deep state PSYOP program going on, then it would be done from deep state individuals, which would be progressives, which would be liberals. And I'm not going to say what are legit and what's not, because we don't have any proof of some of these. There are interesting ones, though. Interesting conspiracies. I mentioned Operation Bluebeam. So for those that don't know that operation, you can Google it and find it. Again, I'm not saying I believe them. I'm saying that they are fascinating and interesting to talk about. But it is the theory that the government has the technology to either stage the second coming of Jesus or some type of alien invasion. And they do it by however technology that they have to make us fearful. So that way we look towards the government to continue to militarize themselves and control more of the mass population. And I could see that. I mean, we have the weaponization of the CIA and the FBI, don't we not? We have the IRS that apparently needs IRS auditors to carry firearms when they go and actually do audits with individuals. So, yeah, we're seeing a weaponization of the government turning against us, which is what the major concern is. And like the guy or not, the independent candidate, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., has been all over that stuff, not just with the vaccines and the FDA and the NIH and some of those very extremely corrupt organizations that need to go to the wayside and just poof, disappear, like I wish they would have done during the solar eclipse here recently. But he also has talked about the weaponization of the CIA and the FBI against our own American people, which I think should be a cause for concern for everybody. So you can make fun of conservatives and us for being quote-unquote conspiracy theorists and believing in deep state stuff all you want to. That stuff actually has evidence and validity to it. The just blaming someone for the moon is a little bit far-fetched. But nice try. I appreciate that. That's pretty awesome. Well done. That does it for us today. We're out of time.